Oops. So, sounds like we want to meet in, Seraph, huh? I'm okay with that. I'm really glad that server transfers are a thing now. That's something they really needed, and the fact that they added it, they did paywall it, makes everything so much better. Oh wait, I was gonna say. Ooh, you're so good. Can you access the market when you visit another server? No, right? Oh, look at Astra being so cute. Oh, do you want to play? Wait, where did you get this paperclip? What do you... You know, cats, when you're not looking, cats will steal things right off your desk. That is something that they do. Ooh. Oh my. silly, silly little darling. But I tried Mecha Break last night. It was really fun. I liked it. I tend to really like a game, and then for some reason I stopped playing it. But we'll see. It does seem like a fun game to pop it back in once in a while. It does seem. I think it's a game where you spend time learning like one or two mechs at the start. I think that's where it's gonna go for me. So I need to find out what my favorite mech is. Maybe my favorite two mechs, because sometimes it gets locked out. Also, be sure to change the student category. Oh, you're right, Orbix. You're right. I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. Do you see Astra? Oh! Oh, you silly girl. It's so silly. I've been leaving their second tunnel out and about because they seem to quite like it. You know what's funny? They're bored of their old tunnel. Maybe I should put it away. Aww. Did you slip? Master, you dropped it. I noticed that these cats have been very playful lately. Like, very, very playful these past few days. And then they also, in the mornings, they go absolutely crazy. I'm talking about 5, 6 a.m. If I leave my door open, then they will bust in and wake me up. I've also been a little bit more, just been a little bit more exhausted lately. So I'll only do like between 1 to 4 play sessions with them. Which is not... Only doing one play session is not enough for the kid. I'll need to work on it. I have an easy, lazy way where I grab treats, I walk up and down the hallway, and just have them run after me, and then randomly give them a treat. Very cute. Uh, but I don't know. I love that. I'm excited to meet up with everybody in Final Fantasy 14. I have made it to the 4th area today, Endwalker. Whoa, let's go. So you're making pretty good progress. I remember you were just at the second, or the first dungeon. Right after the first dungeon, right? Or at the door of the second dungeon? Yeah, the second dungeon. First trial. What's anything on that? Oh, I see. I'm curious. Okay. I'm kind of curious. I heard. So I got slightly spoiled. But I heard the first trial is a pretty major one. But I don't know the context. But it's huge. In the context of the lore. That's all I know. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see where the story goes. Oh, I'm just trying. I'm tempted to give them a treat, but at the same time, if they go into treat mode, they may not play. Oh, Mystra. Look at her just laying there lazily. As she... You're so cute. Let's see if we can entice Astra. Oh, I'm so excited to get through more of the story. I just wanted to get my dancer leveled up a little bit so I could do the story on my dancer. That's... Why not? I don't know why. I just like it. It is, yes, but I won't say anything. My only warning is the pet. We definitely expect players to have proper reactions to more than just AoE bubbles. I still made it to the end of the crown of the diamond. 11 vulnerability stacks. Holy moly. Alright. Now that is great. Okay, I'm excited. I'm really excited. You're the title ball leader. Never give up. I'm actually amazed that you survived up to 11 vulnerability stacks. I think usually like after 4, getting hit one more time will take you out. Some cases it's more feasible, but it definitely started to hurt. Oh, okay. That makes sense. For tank, it makes a lot of sense. Mystra, how did you not the tunnel so far? Excuse me, Mystra. I can't wait to go through the story. It's so good. What else am I excited for? So, every once in a while, I'll peek into the Final Fantasy 14 community and like take a peek at what the devs are saying about what they want to do. From what I can tell, even the theme of Dawn Trail is kind of like slow down vacation for the characters. And I think it's the same mentality for the devs too, because they've literally been working on the game for 10 years. And so like quality of life stuff that they pushed back for a long time is finally coming in. Like hats for the Vieira rock guards and among other things. And I have a feeling that the next expansion is where they're hedging all their bets on it. So I'm kind of excited. It does seem like they're building up the next expansion to be really it, but I could be overhyping it. I don't know. But from what I've experienced from them so far, they haven't really. They've done a pretty good job at making it really amazing, visually amazing, good writing. Everything fits into the lore. It's fun. And all of that. I'm sure the writing will pick up well in big too. I actually think it got for me. Like the Dawntrail patches, much like the Realm War. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking, and that does support my theory that they are. Dawntrail is a Realm Reborn again, and the transition to the next expansion is going to pick up, along with the next expansion being an absolute banger in terms of gameplay and story. That's my suspicion. People. I know that gamers can be a little bit picky and they always want more content. I, I understand. I totally understand that. I always want more content too myself. But making games is hard. You know how long it took me to make a single block breaker game? It's a clone of Puzzle Fighters. I made a clone of Puzzle Fighters. Single player only. That took me like a year. I put it up on itch.io. Absolutely no one played it. And honestly, like, the game works fine. Except for a couple bugs here and there that I was just too lazy to fix. But for a simple game, a bug is pretty bad stuff. I trust Yoshi P and his team to blow us out of the water when they push us forward next. Me too. I do trust them. I trust them. I really like how kind of they're pretty public about what they're doing. You know. So I have a lot of trust in them. And even if it doesn't meet the hype that I've built up mentally, like I'm still gonna enjoy the game. They've made such a amazing thing these past 10 years, and I'm pretty sure it'll still be quite good. Like whatchamacallit. I always hear mention of people hating this character. Wooklamat. So I'm kind of excited to see how unlikable this character is. But like this, and basically every single storyline in Final Fantasy XIV, in A Realm Reborn, it was Alphino being an insufferable, overconfident little lordling. In Heaven's Ward, well, there wasn't really any annoying characters in Heaven's Ward. I remember, it was 8 years ago. But you know, like having that arc where we see Alfino get humbled and grow, you know, that's an entire expansion later for his character development. In Stormblood, it was the villain or the antagonist, and in the post-story content, or even just it within the story itself, they developed those characters into something amazing, in my opinion. You know, they do not mind writing in characters that can get on people's nerves and then redeem them later. And I fully trust that they'll do the same here. I think people are just too impatient. You know, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm sure I will be annoyed with Wicklamat too when I meet them. But the complaints I've heard about this character are literally character traits that I've seen in like every other show out there. So it's kind of odd that they have such a visceral reaction to it. I don't know. I think it just comes down to the community itself, in particular maybe the influencers, if you call them that. The influencers being very toxic. I once popped into just some random, kind of popular, like this influencer is pretty popular, 200,000 followers or something. And the very first line is like, "You fat, disgusting piece." I don't know. "You disgusting, you whatever, whatever." I'm like, wait, what? And it was just wild. I watched this another influencer who streams. He streams like Final Fantasy often. In fact, it's kind of his main thing. I think he was like Xenos or something. I'm like, okay, what does this fairly popular influencer thing? And he basically went on this rant about how dumb and lazy and useless the developers are. I'm like, wait, what? Is that really something to say? I don't understand. Like these developers created the game that you've based your entire online persona on. I think Xenos should go play another game for a year. Hey, Bonky, how you doing? Though the choices might not have been mine, they're still kind of ghost, I'm sure. Yeah. I do understand that maybe it could get a little tedious. You've been playing for years and like you're still kind of doing the same thing. But I'm of the opinion of like the more casual nature. A lot of people say they want more depth in their games. In my experience, with almost every single MMO, even 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 games like with a modicum of choice in your build, people will still meta it, and a vast majority of players which will follow the meta too. So, like, people say they want choice, but 99% of players don't make any choices on their own. Do you know? Reading about cortisone for cheating. I think it's really good. So far to be made. Oh, let's go. Oh, that's really good, Bonky. That's really good. That's a good sign. I heard Yoshi P said Square Enix was testing them with a smaller budget, which is to their detriment. Oh, what? Oh no. Now that's unfortunate, considering that Final Fantasy XIV is their big title right now. I know that they're a legacy studio that's known for making amazing RPGs and other games, but one, they very rarely make a good RPG anymore. Two, their other titles are actually horrible. Like, have you tried their mobile games? They're some of the most atrocious mobile games I've ever laid my eyes on. They have a lot of nostalgia power because sometimes they're Final Fantasy based, or like they have an art style that is reminiscent of their good titles. But they're not really good games. They're atrocious. Also, Tiny is late. Tiny is lazy. First and third food time, she runs to her food. Second food time, she just lays down and looks interested and eats when I carry her. Oh, Tiny. Sounds like Tiny is full, but like just likes to eat. That's something that's a gourmand cat. Full, but just loves the act and flavors of eating. Yeah, the mobile games are definitely something. Yeah, they're horrible. Ah, I see. That's a valid point. And that is pretty valid. That's a really valid complaint towards the company. Now that I would concede, that kind of sucks. So she's too late to jump up and has to be carried onto your lap. Oh, what a baby. I think it's possible FF9 remake is not made like the 7 remake. And say more true to what I think, maybe. Maybe better than FF7 remake. Oh, that'll be interesting. FF9. So FF9, its style is more it's the 3D version of their older games. Their Black Mage looks like their Vivi looks like the quintessential Black Mage. The environment is more a throwback to the old school Final Fantasies, along with the music and the style. So them making a turn-based RPG but with modern graphics would be pretty amazing, in my opinion. Maybe some updated mechanics make it a little faster. They do have inspiration they can pull from Claire Obscure Expedition 33. People wanted a turn-based game. They just wanted it modernized. Though they might not want to make it so. I really want to play they might not make it so like realistic graphics, I suppose. But we'll see what they do. I know that Yoshi P is the CEO. No, he's not just the lead for Final Fantasy XIV anymore. And I think they call it Creative Business Unit 3 or something. He's the actual CEO to the company, so unfortunately, he has other obligations now. And so I think that would that would affect his decision making for, whatever project that he's overseas. So that could be a bad thing. I do like him. Like, I do like what he's produced when he was able to. And I'm pretty sure he could do it again. But who knows what the title of CEO is doing to him. 9 is your favorite, so I hope it's not butchered. I hope so. Because 9 is brilliant in so many ways. I never had a super long playthrough of Final Fantasy 9. But I did watch my sisters play through it, and it was just so interesting. Like Zidane and Garnet, their relationship, how they're kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Princess and this kind of street rat. The ending was wild though. I did not expect the ending to be the way it was. But things like Steiner and Steiner was a great character. I love Vivi so much. Quina was always a mystery to me. I was like, what is this crazy tongue lady person? I'm not even sure if Quina was a lady. I think it didn't matter. Oh, I always thought Freya was really cool. She was the dragoon. She was this rat dragoon. Oh, I love. Which, honestly, Freya was so cool. Quina was a gourmand, which simply was a stand for blue mage. Yeah. I mean, Quina was blue mage. I do love that the characters represent like a classic class, you know? Zidane was a thief. Garnet was the white mage. Quina the blue mage. Vivi black mage. Steiner was, I think, just a knight. There was Beatrice. Royal Knight, maybe? There was the summoner. There was the summoner girl too, right? Do you remember the name of the summoner girl? The little tiny one. A Fred Dragoon. Yeah, that was so great. I love that throwback, and it feels so good. It was kind of a wild story. I gotta have a proper playthrough of it one of these days. I was thinking of buying all the Final Fantasies on the Steam sale. I bought Final Fantasy X and X-2. Now that I was thinking of having a playthrough with. And then it'd be fun to go 9, 8, then 7 or something like that. I think that would be a really, really good time. Good girl. Oh, I missed that. What kind of references are in Final Fantasy 14? And Ozma is from Final Fantasy 9, right? I really want to play through 6 when I get into streaming. Oh, are you interested in streaming Olbix? Isn't Ozma like one of the... like, it's a pretty endgame boss in 9, isn't it? Like one of the last bosses you fight. Yeah, if you need any streaming advice or need help setting up Orbix, let me know. It's a secret boss. Okay. Okay. I remember seeing my sister fight it. I never fought it myself, but I recognize it. Oh, we used to buy, what was it, the strategy guides? There was one company that made really good strategy guides. And then, GameFAQs eventually became the the easiest place to get guides. But I love those guides. They had like art and lore, and they told you where all the chests are. It was awesome. Of course, now that games can get updated and patched, strategy guides don't quite make sense because they can shift things around. But you know what? We have things have moved on. We have online videos and stuff. And secret bosses in Final Fantasy are always the more difficult. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sometimes you wonder, like, the game gets really easy, just like playing through it and leveling up. So you wonder, what's the point of getting stronger? And then you encounter one of those secret bosses, and it's just like, oh my god, this boss has hands, and you just get absolutely slapped down the first time. And of course, if you know what you're doing, you'll build up to it, build your characters, max out your skills and your magic, whatever, depending on the game. Or even just, yeah. Oh, and then you hunt for the legendary weapons for each character, their best weapons. I love that each character has an iconic legendary weapon. So good. But wasn't it Final Fantasy IX that had one of the hardest to get legendary weapons in the game? Like, you had to reach a certain point in like 20 hours or something like that. Under 20 hours. Meaning that you have to, like, if you wanted to, you had to, like, zoom through the story. And on your first playthrough, you're not gonna do that. You have to reach a certain point under 20 hours. That's such a horrible way to hide someone's legendary weapon. That's so brutal. I remember, have you played Suikoden? I don't know how to pronounce it. Orbix, I have a feeling that you'd be a Suikoden fan. No, oh, really? That series is full of stuff like that. No clue what that is? Okay. So it's a Japanese RPG where you are a main character under, like, there's a war going on, and you have to recruit. There's 120 possible characters you can recruit to kind of bring your kingdom together, and then it's a kind of a wartime story, and it's really interesting. But those games were full of stuff like that, where there's a time where you have to recruit a character that you can only get if you've met them after a certain number of hours of playthrough, and that character is the prerequisite to, like, another character. It's wild. It's so wild. So if you wanted all 120 characters, you basically had to use a guide. It had some pretty interesting stories. Suikoden 1 and 2 were really good. 3 was, I think, really good too. 4, I think it started kind of losing the plot after 4 and up. But I still hear some people like 4. Yeah, those were pretty. Those are some classic RPGs that people really enjoy. So they how Dark Souls quests work, but on crack. Do one thing and another thing you don't want can happen. Exactly. Oh yeah. Have you tried saving like a stair? What was it? A stair in Dark Souls 1? Or like the NPC quests in Dark Souls. My god, they're so brutal. And they're so hard to get right, considering you only get one real chance at it. Brutal. But kind of makes for a memorable moment. My the quest in Dark Souls 1 is probably, yeah, I think my what was it? Astora? Alistair? I forgot what his name. The guy who's jolly cooperation. Mine, he got the bug in his brain, and he technically found his sunlight, but that was depressing. I think I stopped playing the game like shortly after I found him with the Solaire. Yeah, I didn't beat Dark Souls 1. I stopped right when he got the bug brain. I'm like, oh. I got to the end. I think I opened the boss door to the final boss and I couldn't do it. I was like right there. That's how bad I am about finishing games. But Solaire, I couldn't do it. I became undead. I lost myself. I'm one of the many undead that forever wanders Dark Souls. Oh, look at Mystra. Oh, that was my favorite. That was one of my favorite NPC characters. Cause he just wanted to find his son, share the sunlight, and have jolly cooperation. Anyways, I started playing this game called Mecha Break with Pokey. It's this mech battle game, and it's better than I expected. It's made by a group that makes gacha games, so I was kind of wary. Gacha game companies and pay to win are they kind of go hand in hand. Drives me crazy. But it seems like they've managed to avoid pay to win on launch. So, looking pretty good to me. That's the new game I'm playing. I really want to play through 10. I bought it. I really like 10. I want a proper playthrough of 9 and 8. Let's see. Final Fantasy 7, I got to the third disc. Maybe halfway through the third disc and I stopped. Final Fantasy 8, I got to like almost the third disc back in the PlayStation 1 days. Let's see, Final Fantasy 9. Final Fantasy 9, I didn't get very far. Actually. I don't know why. Oh, because I wanted to be a completionist. And to be a completionist in that game, you have to steal from every boss. Well, the chance of stealing is really low. I think I heard the remake has like a speed up mode, so that might actually make it more bearable. 10. Where did I get? How far did I get in 10? I love single player games, but I'm at a point where I'm more type in games. If I have friends to play with, I kind of agree. That's probably why I haven't played an RPG in a really long time. The games that I enjoy the most and the ones that I can just play for hours and hours and hours are the multiplayer games that I can play with my friends, my buddies, or in the case of like since I started streaming with just with other people that I meet online. Yeah, there's something, I don't know, appealing to me just playing multiplayer games, in particular MMOs. I like MMOs. I think I'm just a huge MMO fan. I was into gachas for a long time because I could play them on the go. But like now that I've like my life has changed quite a bit. So MMOs are back on the table and I like MMOs. I still I still have some gachas left that I still can play, but I'm pretty tempted to drop them. Okay. Looks like I would say the kitties got their playtime. Don't you think? Look at that face. But I'm excited to do more 14 story. Later tonight. Yeah, 14 story later tonight, 9 p.m. In the meantime, I will do some video editing. I gotta really practice my video editing. I want to start uploading things on YouTube. I've been on Bauman for get on. Okay. I'll see you online, Orvix. I'll see you then in like, what, 7 hours? Thanks for always joining and playing with us, Orvix. It's been an absolute pleasure playing with you, meeting with you, chatting with you. And I'm glad that we'll make a little raid group together. Maybe not a raid group, but just playing. Oh, do you want a treat that much? Okay, one last treat for the kitties. I love that. It's a normal trick now, but I love that they have no lickies. Look at that face. Look how enthusiastically she licks. I wish she didn't bite me, but at least she doesn't bite hard. Mr. Lickies. Oh, Lickies are the cutest. Okay. We'll wrap up the day. For now, I'm gonna spend the next, I don't know, 6, 7 hours teaching myself editing, and I'll see you all next time. Alright, bye-bye.